Power Strike, and then with the Epicenter obviously channeling, right? So you're not ready that's going to be the tank, and Tusk is probably going to buy Blink Dagger. He's going to be the saving for the Mars Arena, for the Rubik Lift, and everything for the shotgun. So you kind of need like a DP mid, or maybe like even a DK mid, but I would prefer the DP mid because it's more, it offers Roshan, it's good for push. It's also like a pretty solid mid lane. You can't really get countered. You can't really counter DP as hard as you can counter like a Kunkka or like a TA. So
also, at this stage, I think that you have posters of DP on your walls because every time I talk to you, you're always mentioning DP. I think you're just
it's a broken hero. It's like Void Spirit, but it's like I would even consider it more broken than Void Spirit because it's like the hero doesn't lose lanes. Is like it's great when as soon as the level 6 come, it's good at pushing, good at roshing, and then just like with the items you get like Ags, Shivas, Yules, you just become like the strongest hero on the map. Like the hero's broken.
Yeah, so we see a Wind Ranger coming out on the side of PunX, not what we expected, but it kind of looks like PunX are going the route that Exdee went in this game with all this maneuverability, and then the last pick being an Undying. Undying though, super strong. I would consider him possibly one of the strongest supports in the laning stage. Just so much damage. He's able to soak up damage. He's able to deal damage, and just be a pest, right? So I'm most likely thinking that where are the lanes, right? So the Mars is definitely going to be off lane. We got Ski Hound is going to be looking like he's going to be the 5 on the Rubik.
Oh no, the Rubik. No, he's going to be the 4 on the Rubik. I think you have to put, especially against Tusk.
I think you have to put Undying by
Undying in the Morphling lane to offset how weak Morphling is.
Grimstroke. This is something we haven't seen in it. I've seen it, but more in pubs than anything else. But yeah, Grimstroke versus Wind Ranger. So let's see how Soup does this time against Junaid. Who do you think's coming out top here?
The drops actually dropped it really weirdly. I mean, the Undying Morphling pickup makes sense, but then the mid Grimstroke, I obviously have seen like Thompson do it and some pros on streams try to do it, but I don't really see it having. If you want a nuker, then just get like a Void Spirit or like a Leshrac or Pugnet. But if you want a lockdown, there's just way better heroes than Grimstroke. So I'm interested in what Exdee Gaming is going to do with this Grimstroke. They must have. I don't know if they had the plan already planned out, or they actually had to like adapt the draft to whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was also kind of thinking, that maybe they didn't really want a mid Grimstroke, but they decided, look here, we do need the likes of possibly an Undying, and just kind of spruce the entire thing up a bit. And let's see how they make it work though. But going straight into this game, we're looking top now. Tusk on Nibbling Monkey and the IO, very very fast with the tether right now. They have smoked up to try to get a deep ward.
They did the smoke at the same, but there's no way they're gonna catch Nemi. It's a Weaver.
Yeah, so Nemi has gone for the Shikuchi to start with. They both teams putting wards in pretty much the same place, taking the same amount of heroes, and it looks like both teams will just kind of say, look, we're not going to take anything. We're not going to contest. We're just going to take it easy.
I mean, talk about the mid lane matchup. Grimstroke should win against mid Ranger just because of there's nothing. If Wind Ranger goes on you, you just ink swell yourself and then you just stun her. If she does go on you, you can just like press the Stroke of Fate. But it's mostly just the fact that it is Junaid against Soup, and we saw last game that even though Junaid was supposed to win mid, Soup played really well by going to the jungle, by out-rotating and just out-scaling Junaid. So this mid lane is definitely going to be interesting. It is Grim favorite, but it is also Junaid against Soup. So let's see.
I kind of feel though that if the Wind Ranger does get hit level 6 first, I kind of feel that the Grimstroke kind of just dies at that stage, because I mean, the Wind Ranger cancel Wind Run and kind of just kite out
the Inkswell.
And if Junaid doesn't get it off and land it, just dies, right?
Yeah, definitely. As soon as Soup rushes the Javelin or something, but I'm considering if Junaid plays the lane right, he's gonna be like sending out these Stroke of Fates all the time onto Soup, and Soup will probably have to be like spend all the money that he gets from the CS by buying regen top lane.
Yeah, so looking top, he just doing the normal Undying thing, trying to soak up as much damage as possible and just using his DK as often as he can. But yeah, Jace had to actually commit a TP scroll on the bot lane there because he was taking some damage from the Rubik. So if he gets gone on and dies, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. But looking top again, B getting really low on this Undying. He's got 2 seconds away from PK. Unfortunately, not able to get it up. But Remedy also getting really low here. He does just get out actually. But lots of damage coming from the Tusk. And yeah, it was pretty much a trade between the POS 3 and the POS 5. So I think Exdee had the better of that trade.
Remedy playing super aggressive.
Remedy is like, just get out of my lane right now. He is not scared at all. And it's quite risky of him, right? Because he only has level 1 attribute shift right now. But looking mid as well, Soup really low already. He has got a salve out, but
top lane
a lot
B
of
is
damage.
gonna die. Yeah.
King top again. Yeah, so B does end up going down again. Just too much damage coming out from this tag team. And obviously a stun from the Sanking. Sanking not level 2 yet.
B just TP'd top lane and now he just died. So now this Morphling, Remedy did hit level 3, so that is really nice.
Top, Gambino does go onto Remedy right now. He does get the stun off and they are going onto him now with the tag team, but I don't think they'll have enough damage. As I mentioned, you know, when the Morphling hits level 3, it's really difficult to take him down. This attribute shift. My mouth isn't working apparently. But yeah, B doing the walk of shame. He decided to use the smoke to get there faster.
He's so lucky that Remedy hit level 3. Because if he died that second time and Remedy was still level 2, I think Remedy would have been zoned out completely out the lane.
Fair enough. So B getting back now. He is still level 1. He's just trying to soak up some XP where he can. Tusk pulling the wave and yeah, just trying to reset it at this stage. Trying to go back to mid now. Actually, back to top. It looks like B will go aggressive once again. He's still at level 2. Tag team coming out, but Gambino deciding to just back off because Lovely Monkey not having enough mana. But Canton Mango is there. He getting this is the thing, you don't really want to be grouped up against an Undying, but Remedy just tanking a lot of damage right now. He will just return his hits towards Gambino. Gambino getting a bit low. He does have Pyro Strike though, so he should be fine. But B just being an absolute nuisance right now. He does have Soul Rip. And
welcome to the Undying lane.
Gambino needs to be a bit careful now, and they must be careful not to group as well. Gambino getting really low here, but yeah, Undying just not having enough mana to end it off. Looking back to mid, I would actually like to see the last hits at this stage. So yeah, Junaid having 20 CS against Soup's 11, so it's actually quite a large gap. And Junaid also having 6 denies. Back to top though, B just completely zoning out both of these heroes. Let's get gone on the by Nibbling Monkey and Gambino. They are using tag team, but he's just walking it off. He's just so tanky right now. He does use the salve, but it's not going to be too effective. He's got all those EK charges. Rubik making his way mid. Looking to try to secure the rune here. And unfortunately, Grimstroke getting it on being a region at top, but Soup getting a bit low. But he should be fine.
Oh, Junaid, Jesus, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it really is.
Soup kind of needs to be careful because if he gets one more stroke of
fate, and does get it. Oh, he's just able to down up in the way of there. But looking top again, everything looks fine there. Windranger using up herself now. She must be careful that doesn't get cancelled. But yeah, Mars looking pretty solid here in this bottom lane. He does have a level advantage on Weave right now. So yeah, he's in a really good position. Looking at B in the top lane now, this Morphling is just getting complete B farm at this stage, right? B doing a wonderful job in zoning the Sanking out, but B getting gone on right now again. He is getting low, but DK and Soul Rip able to kind of heal him up almost fully. He does end up going down. Remedy getting really low. He does get Gambino really close though. Like it felt like he was like one hit away from actually dying there.
I think if the tag team was up for like one more second, I think the bonus damage from the Tusk and the Sanky would have easily killed the Morphling, but it just went off. It just went off so unlucky. But there's nothing really happening much bot, which I'm surprised by because I was expecting this like IO to
I was expecting
die,
a lot of
quite a few times.
I was expecting this to be a lot of kills as well. We've been not having any regen, but I guess the IO is able to compensate for that. But looking top, right, Gambino only having 12 last hits right now. And Exdee, they do have a sentry ward. They're not going to allow him to be in this lane. Undying doing a lot of damage towards Gambino. Gambino able to get the stun off onto both B and onto Remedy. Getting Undying quite
Soup
low.
ulti onto Janaid mid. He might catch him with the eye shot. Oof.
The Tusk wall literally saving Soup from getting stunned there. Amazing eye shot coming out from him there. Yeah, Wind Ranger very, very close to actually down there. Keon will decide to rotate mid. He also, on his way through, he does have an invis, but Soup getting really, really low here. He needs to be careful, and he just soul ripping the hell out of him right now.
I mean, you can't blame Soup for that. There's no way you expect the Undying to just come from top lane to mid lane, just soul rip you like that.
But he does have an Observer Ward there, and I mean, B ran in and stole the invis rune, like right under his nose. Maybe he just didn't notice.
I think he was concentrating too hard on staying alive. Like his camera perspective would probably concentrate too hard on himself.
Looking back to top once again. Yeah, so B using this Tombstone right now. You need to be careful because that can be a lot of gold going to the side of PunX. But it looks like they will defend it. Remedy, he's just having the time of his life. Actually looking bot. Unfortunately, we did miss that, but the Mars did go down. Ayo, a bit low. Yeah, it looks like they're going to decide to actually dive him here. Nemi needs to be really careful though because
Paintball's upping a few
Paintball's really close. He's deciding to dive TP right now. And he needs to just be careful here now. Jay's getting taken out by this tower, but he will get Skian before. And the Weaver's courier also. The courier for who was that? It was actually the Weaver's courier actually getting killed there.
They got killed by the tower.
Yeah, but unfortunately now he won't have that item that he was actually trying to get.
Maybe
top though, Remedy just they're always getting away with such a little health at this stage. Like Nemly Monkey often just getting away on like 50 to 100 health. It's really difficult though to lane against this Undying.
Like Dying and especially level 5 Morphling, like early on into the game, I think they could have applied a bit more pressure, and they did. They had killed B, but I think B played it perfectly, like just risk his life and traded all his HP and his like life, just so that mid lane, Janaid, onto Soup.
Yeah, so Soup getting really low. Janaid, though, he's on his way out now because he is getting hit by this focus fire, but he's getting so low. He does end up getting out. Soup very, very low right now.
He has 3 magic sticks.
Doesn't get out because B just chilling once again, just in the right place at the right time. This man doesn't even have boots, but somehow he's just rotating and he's in the right place. But I'm a bit worried about Gambino right now. Gambino sitting on 16 last hits at the stage. Counterparts on the other side of the map, Mars, sitting on 41. Mars having more losses actually than
they're diving Gambino top actually. He does not have Boros Strike.
And it looks like he actually ends up going down. He doing work here, man. He's been buying a lot of sentries, been buying wards, he's been buying regen. He's just got so much. Like he doesn't actually have to leave this lane. Like I think he's used at least 3 or 4 cells at this stage.
I think now that he's already secured Remedy so much farm. Like Remedy's level 7 with Mobius and Mask, and then he's gonna get his power tread.
Sorry, looking hot though. Rubik getting gone and he is getting really low, but Mars Arena does come out. It's onto Nemi, but Nemi able to just get off that time lapse. Io using that overcharge to just keep him alive just long enough. But yeah, they will all end up just walking off. They all end up surviving. Junaid's rushing. Junaid's rushing an E-Blade. Ooh, looking top though. Remedy going down. Looks like he decided like maybe he was a bit too aggressive.
That was such a aggressive dive by Remedy. Like the man was diving him like here. You can see the sentry ward that I think Remedy placed it. No, Nemly Monkey placed it just to see where
I have
Remedy was.
I have a theory of what they've actually decided to do here. So it looks like Grimstroke wants to get the E-Blade so that Morph doesn't need to get it. So he's rushing that so that Morph can actually get other items, and then he's got the shotgun kind of going for him without having to actually build it. Looking bot though, Oz being very, very deep into he's just really out of position now, but B coming in, he does commit the tombstone. He's such a tanky boy though. He does have soul rip. I don't know if he's going to use it aggressively. He actually doesn't end up getting it off. He doesn't use it at all. Emi just taking down the tombstone. He's getting really low, but
Rubik does have security, so he's kind of vibing though.
And he also does have this fade bolt, so he should be fine. He actually still has fade bolt and he still has Shikuchi, so they might decide to turn here. Junaid looking to try something. Wind Ranger using Focus Fire right now, but getting really
Soup doesn't have Wind Ranger
taking
for
a
this.
lot of damage. And Junaid getting that Inkswell off, and Mars just clipping there with that spear. So yeah, Wind Ranger going down. Io also dead, and it looks like Nemi's just gonna have to back off. Again, top. Remedy playing very aggressive once again, taking this T1 tower down. He's not really getting pressured, so he's fine.
I mean, this is
Grimstroke-
definitely a different showing, just based on like the lane drop. Like you see Remedy like on top of the network shot, and then you also see Grenade like way on top of the network shot, and it's not Jesus.
Oh, looking at yeah, Rubik literally just running at Nemi right now. Nemi does end up denying himself to neutrals, but still
I don't know
not
how
really.
Skihan got there. What?
Well, he's got the Shikuchi still.
Oh, I think he planted his ward. I don't know when, but
Oh,
I don't know
the
how he
Io
got
needs
the
to be
kill.
a bit careful here. The Io is right now getting gone on by Rubik. Rubik does have Shikuchi, he does lift him up. Now, the Io doesn't have anywhere to actually tether to, but looking mid though, Junaid just getting out. He does use the Soulbind, and Soup is able to actually get in. B dropping the Tombstone. B will decide to actually go a bit aggressively on them. It looks like the Morphling might decide to reinitiate. He
Dude,
does need to be careful.
how's Skihan on a mega kill streak at like 12 minutes? Jesus.
Yeah, it's looking a bit scary right now. But Nibbling Monkey getting very, very deep. Mars Arena committed right behind the T1 tower mid, and Soup going down, getting caught out, just not able to actually get anywhere there. And Nibbling Monkey also getting caught out, and unfortunately will also go down. Was not able to use his Walrus Punch. Walrus Punch at that stage. Let me just look at Junaid. Junaid's about 1,400 gold away from this E-Blade at this stage, Miles.
Especially if he gets it so early, like this Io's gonna be no threat, and then this Weaver has to be really careful because Weaver has 900 HP at 13 minutes. If you compare that to like an anti-mage or like a troll warlord, they probably have 1.3k HP. So
Ski Hound at this stage is actually a higher level than the Weaver, and he's soloing this Weaver at this stage. He's literally Shikuching him and Fate Bolting him, and he's completely just shutting him down. Like, he's finding this Weaver wherever he goes.
I mean, Seahound's playing like amazing. Like this performance reminds me of Harry against, I think it was Murloc Stole My Bikes, right? Harry Tusk. Like wherever Skihound was or wherever Harry was, the fight was just won for the side of Exdee Gaming or WRG.
Exactly, and it looks like that's the same with Skian right now. They did try to smoke now to try to possibly get a play, but Skian able to actually scout that out and break the smoke and just ends up Shikuching away. Was having a very free game, but he almost has a blink dagger up on him at this stage. Looks like Soup is kind of
look how aggressive Skihound is playing. He's like playing around 4 heroes of the enemy team.
It kind of feels like they don't have anything to catch him though, because like, what do they catch him with, right? The only thing they can catch him with is Arrow Strike, but they don't have a blink.
They have to wait for the blink dagger Gambino Barrow Strike. That's the only way they can catch.
And also, like, if the Tusk does try to snowball on him, he will pull his whole team out of position with the Shikuchi as well. So yeah, Gambino needs to be a bit careful here. He does go onto Rubik here, but looks like they will just end up backing off. Tusk in a very bad position right now. Junaid missing the stroke of fate, but he does have DD. It seems like this man just keeps picking
the
up.
spear catches
Soup getting caught out, unfortunately, by the spear. But the IO trying to help him right now. He does tether, he does use the overcharge, and it looks like they will just try to fight. Soup doing as much damage as he can, somehow still alive, and he will just go down. But lots of damage actually coming out from 2 of them.
I was so unlucky. Like Baren missed the spear onto the Tusk because the Tusk was already dead, and then the spear just caught.
Oh, and it looks like the Mars will just miss the spear bot on Sanky.
And this is quite a dominant performance from Exdee Gaming. Like, it's like they shifted position from game 1. Like PunX was in game 1 was the guys with a clear like game plan in mind. They were like ahead. They won their lanes, but now Exdee Gaming switched it.
Yeah, it looks a bit rough, right? This Tusk still does not have a single earn charge, and Nade, 20 gold away. Okay, he just bought a TP, but he's 100 now gold away from this E-Blade. Looking mid against Skihound, he does not want to get rid of this Shikuchi, man. He's loving this Shikuchi.
And the mobility that you get from it just so like ideally you want maybe maybe like Tusk Shot or Borrow Strike, but after that, Shakuchi is probably the best. Still.
So it looks like Morphling is going to be rushing, well, going for his next item. He's looking at an axe. So I wonder who do you think he'll be turning into? I mean, he's got the option of Grimstroke, having the extra Inkswell and possibly extra Phantom's Embrace. Or Undying,
I actually
Dreamstone.
don't know who he wants to turn into. Maybe how does the interaction work with if Skiha has the Sakuchi right now and Morphling morphs into Rubik? He gets the Sakuchi, right?
As far as I know, he does. He does definitely get that because I know with Hoodwink, but just while that's happening, looking top though, Mars committing his arena onto Nemi, but Nemi able to get out his time lapse because they weren't able to actually get the spear to actually land. But looking mid though, Janae getting really low. He does have the E-Blade, but he has to commit it on himself. Double Fable coming out and hitting both the Wind Ranger and the Tusk, but looks like Exdee are getting really hurt here, right? Because that Mars arena just unfortunately not connecting, and PunX just able to turn that entire fight around. So not best play, but
not ideal, but definitely ideal for PunX. Like that's basically what you're waiting for the enemy team to go up your high ground and for them to just get kited with your Sand King and Weaver.
That's it, but I don't think they're too concerned. I mean, Remedy's still farming. He's having a good time. It looks like he's deciding to change his build. He's actually going for an S and Y instead. Looks like PunX are going to be going towards where Remedy at least is. Needs to be a bit careful here right now, though, because there's 3 stuns here, right? Sand King does have Blink. Looks like Remedy will scout them out.
Remedy he's already shifting strength, so I think he was fully aware of this.
Alright, but just looking around and looking up at Nemi, he doesn't have his he doesn't even have a farming item right now. He's kind of struggling, but he is trying to get find space at least. Just kind of seeing what's happening. Looks a bit static right now. He's trying to push lanes now just so that he can kind of get some information to see everyone is. Gambino jumping in with the blink, but he unfortunately misses the stun. He being absolutely nuked, but just trying to survive. Does he end up getting out? Unfortunately, he will drop down. And it looks like they're going to get the tombstone as well. He actually took quite a bit of damage here. I thought he might just live.
I think you're right about their combo with the Grimstroke. I think now that the Grimstroke has the E-Blade, your Morphling doesn't really have to go shotgun to deal with the IO or Weaver.
It's literally like a free shotgun, so it allows him to just build more defensive stat-based items and kind of just tank up. Tusk is very close though to the Spirit Vessel, and at this point Remedy doesn't really have anything to dispel it. Looking around though, Skian still having the Shikuchi. He's not giving this up. But Soup needing to be very careful. He does catch Rubik though with this an amazing actually shackle shot literally on the centaur creep, but he gets completely blown up. Ayo does ulti in right now to try and help, but it's just catching them both out, and Ayo just getting speared straight into that wall. Weaver in a very bad spot right now. He is silenced, but he doesn't get that time lapse off. Really good play there from the Mars, reading that whole situation, right? Mars getting very deep, they're going very aggressive right now, trying to catch the Tusk, but Tusk will dodge it with the snowball. But Remedy just dealing piles of damage right now. Gambino sitting in Sandstorm. Gambino looking to actually take a fight. He does pop Epi. He misses the stun on Junaid though, and literally takes all of that damage.
Okay.
He just gets out.
Unlucky.
Very unlucky. It looks like he hit him with like literally only one of those Epis, because he went the opposite way. But B getting caught out now in a very bad position, and Wind Ranger will take him down with the focus fire. Looking at Remedy's looking really fat right now though. 7k lead on the side of Exdee, but kill wise, pretty close still.
Because I'm still like, it all depends. Like if Baren gets like another one of those arenas, then they can pop like in the next like 5 minutes. They can definitely transition that into Roshan, especially if you have Undying and Wolfling. Because Undying is like the only pause 5 that can actually help you take Roshan because of the buff where he gets he like decreases, where he does like where everyone around the Undying does like 30% extra damage or something.
But looking at Baron actually coming out with another Mars Arena, catching Emmy. Emmy is not in a really good spot right now. He only just picked up his Maelstrom. But it looks like the IO and the Wind will come in, but instantly get silenced here by Junaid. The Soulbind does come out and took going down. Remedy just standing in this in the sandstorm, just tanking all the damage, not really worried, just doing so much.
That was pretty weird for them. That was pretty weird relocate for them to go take that fight.
Yeah, considering that their carry was down, but at this point, like, Nemi literally only got his Maelstrom now. He still needs to farm, and on the side of Exdee, it looks like they're ready to end this game.
I mean, it was a really tough game. Like when you get killed by a Rubik at minute 12, and like near your tier 2 tower, it kind of is like really tough for Nemi to farm. Like,
I feel Skian was just in the right places at the right times, right pressure. Just did what I can't even say. Like he just controlled, put this Weaver in his pocket. Really just did.
I mean, it's also hard for Swift to play because he's not playing a hero like Storm Spirit or Ember Spirit or Voice Spirit, whose innate abilities allows for outplaying potential and like escape potential. But when you're playing Wind Ranger, you kind of need the BKB to actually be able to go straight in. Not unlike like an Ember Spirit. Like Ember Spirit could just go in and like remnant out.
So yeah, looked like the Wind wanted to go on like the Ski Hunt but they saw that coming, so they just smoked and ran away. Junaid just finished. Well, he's got boots to travel up now, looking to get a Blink Dagger. At
smoke
Mars
from PunX. I mean, I appreciate the smoke, but if Remedy gets this double damage run, this game's the fight's gonna be disastrous.
Also need to be careful not to group here because the Mars arena here catching them all like could be disastrous. Mars actually using the arena just to kind of block them off, right? But a massive Sanking ulti coming out. Massive epi coming out right now. Tusk does drop down. Mars getting really low. Junaid also quite low, but somehow literally just getting out here. And looks like Remedy just doing as much damage as he can. It's really difficult for them to get him down. Double damage on him as well. And yeah, turning into the Sanking, getting that stun off at the end. But a lot of damage coming from Sanking. I'm surprised so many actually survived. Ooh.
Almost, Remedy, Jesus.
Almost getting that power shot. Somehow Remedy able to literally just pull away in time. So yeah, free rush coming now for this Morphling. I think that PunX can actually really do, but I do respect what they did there. They realized that they have to do something.
It's a bit unfortunate that Remedy, because Remedy got the double damage. Like Remedy didn't even pop the double damage rune throughout the fight. He only popped it after when he took the form of the Sand King, so he can kill the Weaver. Because if he didn't pop it, the Weaver, he wouldn't have done enough damage onto the Weaver. So Remedy didn't even pop the double damage throughout the fight. Only at like the last 10 seconds of it, he actually popped it. But it's like that's the reason why that fight was actually so good for PunX was that Gambino got like a massive epicenter. Like that thing was ridiculous.
It was a really big epicenter. So Wind Ranger will have a BKB up for the next fight, so we'll see how that actually turns out. If it's able to help them in any way. Undying actually just soaking up so much damage, just being that nuisance that he is. Remedy has his Ags now, so I would be really interested to see if he decides to go into one of his teammates, or if he will go into like the Sanking, because Sanking with this extra Burrow Strike range, quite a lot. I think
it's probably aiming for the Sand King or the Sakuchi, because there's nothing else on his team. Like, do you really want to waste your Morphling more for a Grimstroke Inkswell? I think it's just better for him to get like the Burrow Strike or like the Sakuchi. Or the Wind Run from the Wind Ranger is also really good.
The thing is though, is that the double Tombstone can also be really strong, especially the double Soul Rip and
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, exactly. So the strength heal is really strong on him, because then it allows him to morph more into the ability. Looking top though, Jace getting caught out, and he will use this mech, but unfortunately not able to actually get out. E going down at the bottom lane here now to Gambino and to Nibbling Monkey. The Tusk having the Spirit Vessel, but I don't know how valuable this is at this stage against this Morphling.
I think it's still valuable against the Morphling and then the Mars and then Undying. I think against Morphling you always just want to get a Spirit Vessel.
Looks like the Morph is deciding to go for a Lincoln's so that he can maybe mitigate this wind range, either the Focus Fire or the Shackle Shot. But,
Hunting for Nemi, but
Nemi
there's no way to
needs to
catch
be a
him.
bit careful there. But Morph's just cutting waves right now. Mars does have a dust, so needs to be very careful he doesn't get scouted out here, because he will actually just run it off there with Shikuchi.
I mean, Nemi has had such a tough game in Game 1 and Game 2 where he's just been shut down constantly in lane, and especially by Ski-Hon in Game 2. Like, he's been having a really tough series.
It's a bit tough for him, especially since, I mean, as we saw, like Rubik just literally just finding him everywhere. So it looks like they will try to make a play now for this.
Baren
top
is
tower.
alone mid. His team is not. Oh no!
He's able to actually get this blink out there. Nibbling Monkey using this tag team. They need to be really careful here now. So Rubik and them are setting up. Don't know if they will decide to take that fight.
Rubik is so far with Blink Dagger and Ether Lens.
And looking on Grimstroke almost got a Yules up now, looking for something a bit defensive. It looks like now Remedy will decide to go high ground. A stun coming out now from Gambino. He does commit the Sandstorm as well. Nibbling Monkey just snowballing in, trying to say to Morph, like, get out of my base right now. Fortification coming out from Exdee.
Double Tombstone, alright.
Yeah, so this is the thing, right? Double Tombstone extremely
Baren?
strong. He getting really low though. Mars jumping in the arena down, but missing pretty much everything. Be getting a bit low. He needs to be a bit careful. But Remedy,
There's no way they fight into two double times the Tombstone because the Soul Rip is just giga
a
heals.
massive shackle coming out onto Morphling and onto Undying. Undying getting really, really low. Huge epicenter coming out from Gambino, but is it going to be enough damage? It doesn't look like it. Grimstroke getting really low at this stage. He will use the E-Blade on himself and try to TP out. Off, also really, really low right now. And it looks like Rubik will go down. Actually, a really, really good fight coming out on the side of PunX right now.
Well, I just expected the Exdee Gaming to get the tower for free because of the double Tombstone, but apparently they were.
Plus that shackle shot.
That shackle shot was amazing. It got beat to really low HP, and then Undying just died so quickly.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get Flash Golem, and he wasn't able to use Soul Rip or Glimmer Cape. So it looks like the Morphling and the Mars will try to set up here.
Mars Arena only comes up in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, but a big stun coming out here from the Morph. Spear being committed right now. The arena is going to be up now. It is up at this point, but he doesn't have Blink to get into position. Morphling will lose at Aegis though, but Nibbling Monkey in a very, very bad position. Mars does not have Spear. Does have it up now. But yeah, it looks like the Tusk will go down as well as the Sand King. And once again, Nemi not finding... He's just not getting any grace here. He's just really, really having a struggle time. So Ace did locate out, but he does come back in. So yeah, he also goes down now. 4 heroes down on the side of PunX. There is buyback available, but there's no Sand King ulti for another 13 seconds. So him buying back is pointless. And yeah, it's not looking too good for PunX right now. And Rubik just jumping in really, really aggressively. But Wind Ranger getting off the BKB in time there and also popping the Shackle Shot, doing a lot of damage now with the Focus Fire. It looks like Gambino will jump in. He does use his Epi, but doesn't get it off. It looks like the zombies on this Tombstone actually just stopped him. So, Remedy and them will decide. Remedy will decide to go in. Remedy is getting really low. He needs to be very careful. He does actually drop though. I think he decided to go in because he saw that Gambino's ulti was done. Just not really the best. Hey.
Ski-Hon does have everything in Blink there, but I think it's a bit too late.
It's time to back off. Mars using the defensive arena just to get out there. Yeah, I think Remedy. I think he went in there thinking that because there was no Sand King ulti, that his team could follow up. But even behind that tower, a very, very risky play.
No, I actually think because Remedy only kind of went in as soon as Ski-Hon stole the episode. I think they were communicating, like Ski-Hon was communicating that Remedy play, just bait them in. I have epicenter. I don't
Looking
think
mid though, be way out of position right now, getting caught by Soup and Sand King while you're trying to TP out.
That's a weird position for.
Yeah, and now looking top though, IO and Weaver also in just on the opposite
Oh,
sides of the
Ski-Hound.
map right now, but a huge ulti coming out from the Grimstroke, but it looks like, sorry. Grimstroke will end up going down now, but Nemi finding his feet here. He does take, he's actually just finding his feet somehow. He's got all his spells up still, time lapse still available, but Mars having to back up. He did not have Arena, taking a lot of damage. Also committed the BKB. And yeah, looks like Junaid will drop. He did commit the Soulbind, but it didn't seem to really do too much. And yeah, PunX just finding their feet at this stage. Looks like they're saying, no, we're not going to make this easy for you.
It's almost exactly like game 1. Like, even the net worth and timings are almost exactly like game 1.
Looking top though, Windranger getting caught out. He does pop his BKB. Mars ulti coming out. Huge counter-initiation coming from the Sand King. Using that Epi and the Barrow Strike. Morphling needs to be very careful right now. He's getting a bit low. He does have Spirit Vessel on him. He's just trying to heal up as much as possible. Yeah, once again, Soup just able to get out, and looks like a failed team fight there from side of Exdee. So Roshan, it's possibly Roshan will respawn in 8 seconds. So PunX get this next Roshan. We could actually see this game literally flip on its head. Looks like Remedy will decide now to finally actually go for this BKB. He's going very, very defensive. I think he realizes he actually does need it. So Roshan is up, and it looks like, I don't know if either team noticed that it's there yet. Morph is sending his courier though to scout it out. Will IO actually go take a look at it though? It looks like they're all converging onto this Roshan pit. We do not have the Mars on the side of XD, but will be up soon.
I'm back. Sorry, I was lagging.
No problem. I was actually wondering what was happening there, but it looks like both teams will converge onto the Roshan area right now. I'm not 100% sure if PunX are aware that Roche is up, but they are setting up in the more or less the same area. Ayo got a nice deep border out here as well, so they could be scouting this out, but I don't know if they actually realize Remedy's in this pit right now. It actually doesn't look that way because Gambino is actually, he's gone away. Soup is actually left. Looks like they might get a free rush here.
I mean, it's really hard to... I think PunX knows that they're roaching. I just think they're giving them the respect to say, we're not... There's no ways... Like, imagine a roach fight with Arena.
There's the scan coming out now, so it looks like they might actually make a play here, Miles. They do smoke up.
If Remedy takes the Tombstone, this Roshan fight is going to be like...
Massive Mars jumping in, getting off this Mars Arena, but the Windranger able to get it for the BKB, and the Tusk also using his Snowball. Mars taking a lot of damage right now. He looks like he will actually end up going down. Windranger's BKB is down. She needs to be a bit careful. Sand King jumping in with the Epi, not doing what he obviously hoped, but this double also just causing so much problems. So much problems with that. So Morphling does end up picking the Aegis. It does go down, but he's able to now just jump back, straight back into this fight. Tombstones are all down at this stage. Soup getting completely and utterly destroyed right now.
Junaid is still here with the Invisor. I don't think they know this.
I don't think so either. But Sand King literally trying everything he can to get out. Tusk coming in with the defensive Snowball right now. Remedy in a very, very bad position. He doesn't have his BKB at this stage. And this the Spirit Vessel, but wow, this Morphling able to somehow just get out, escape using the Sand King stun with this Axe. It's so much range. Does decide to turn.
Is it gonna turn back?
Does decide to turn. Does have Waveform coming up though. He just will not be able to get it off.
He decides to turn that.
A really good fight coming out from the side of PunX, but they did have to commit the buyback on the Tusk.
I think that's fine, but that was looking really rough for PunX, like with the double Tombstone.
Yeah, did really well in order to get rid of it. But yeah, Morph did not have his BKB in that fight. He will most likely have it up in the next fight. Did you see who got the cheese though, Miles?
No. I think someone might have used the cheese like in the team fight already, but I didn't see who used it. I definitely know it was used in the team fight. Oh yeah.
Rubik picked it up and he has now dropped it in base. Probably going to go to the Morphling. Morphling, as I mentioned, very close to this BKB. He has to decide if he wants to buy that out or save for buyback.
I I think he can buy it out because he's not gonna be in any risk of dying, especially if he already has the BKB. Because he wasn't dying when he was like when he took the form on dying. So I think he should just buy it out because they really need to win the team fight, and if they win the team fight mid, they can easily take Rax mid and then Rax top.
That's it. Looking on both sides, though, not many heroes having buyback available right now. The Nemi, the Weaver, he had buyback, but he actually opted to actually buy out as well. It looks like he will be getting a Scotty, so that is on its way right now. On the side, Junaid not having buyback. Everybody, what's that? So Jace does not have buyback at the stage. He's on a timer. So
they're looking to smoke on the side of Exdee Gaming. Top
So
lane's
Morph
push,
does
bot lane is
decide-
pushing.
The Morph does decide to buy out and get this BKB. So this next fight with that BKB, this vessel's not going to be as useful. But the bite's coming out a window.
Oh no, Baren.
Taking a lot of damage right now, but she does get the BKB off. She does try to actually sheep Remedy, but Remedy having that link and a massive Mars Arena coming out, catching the likes of this Tusk right now and keeping Nemi out. Nemi not able to actually hit anybody inside, well, from the outside in at least. Soup getting caught out. He's surrounded by 3 heroes, somehow getting away. Yeah, but he does get nuked down by this E-Blade. And it looks like Remedy will get the Sand King stun, and stun pretty much the entire team. And a massive fight actually coming out on the side of Exdee. Yeah, that Mars Arena.
It looked a bit risky because Rubik's Skihound did blink in to lift up the Rin Ranger, and then but Ren missed the spear, and then I knew as soon as he missed the spear, Super's gonna get his BKB off. So, but the fight's still went really well for Exdee Gaming.
Yeah, that Mars Arena kind of just blocking the team off, right? Not able to get to the Wind Ranger at all. She got basically sandwiched by 3 heroes.
He blocked the Weaver, and then everyone else on the team, and then Wind Ranger was solo here, so it was like a really amazing Mars Arena ult.
Yeah, even though it didn't connect, it did the job. So it looks at this stage now that yeah, Exdee are just gonna take a couple of free Uraxes here. It might look to make one more play. They do have Epicenter when Sand King is back up. They have Wind Ranger almost back.
I mean, you have to make one more play, right? Like, there's no point in calling GG so early. You might as well just play the fight and just see what happens. There's no point in calling GG because this is already going to be the last game.
Yeah, so Exdee deciding just to back it off here, deciding not to overcommit, possibly taking that throw play because Junaid has TP'd away. Looks like they will just kind of back up, regroup. Who has the cheese? B? Picking the cheese. It looks like Morph actually didn't pick the cheese for the last fight. So,
I think
a bit
I don't know.
rough here, Miles. Looking a bit rough.
I mean, it just all depends on. Soup hasn't really been because they've been targeting Soup like from minute 0 because now he's ready to shut down, and Nemi was able to get like if you just look at the items right now, Nemi has 3 items and then Soup only has like 2 items and a half. So like Nemi is way more farm than Soup because they've just been targeting Soup like from minute 0.
And it's been a bit rough for him. I'm just looking around though before we go into this last fight. So B has got a Ghost Scepter. It looks like Exdee will just try to get those last tier 4 neutral items. And yeah,
I mean the main problem right now is that PunX are stuck inside the base and they're not able to get the neutral items. And now Exdee Gaming are gonna like the Rubik Telescope and then like a timeless relic for the Grimstroke is gonna be like a big game changer.
My thoughts exactly. Grimstroke looking to get the sheep, but he doesn't really have the gold for it at this stage. Rubik looks really fat, man. He's got a Blink Dagger, he's got a Yules, a Ghost Scepter, and an Aether. He's looking to build an Axe right now.
Smoke up from...
Yeah, a smoke up play from PunX.
Oh, they got scanned. Yikes.
As well, Exdee were kind of... they were quite... They were quite loose. They weren't really together. How did they scout that out though? And
yeah, they scanned them. Like down here.
Did they see them under a ward or?
No, they just scanned them.
And so it was one of those lucky little scans. It says Roshan may spawn in the next minute and 30 seconds. I wonder if we'll see another rush fight.
I mean, Exdee Gaming also, but it doesn't look like they're gonna catch anyone unless they stay mid.
It's a buyback's up on pretty much all the heroes at this stage. Soup, 150 gold just away. But looking on mid though, Sanking getting caught out by this Mars. He does get speared into the tree, somehow clipping to the other side. He will get used up. Is he able to get out now?
Oh no!
It's just able to get him out there with the relocate. But they need to be a bit careful now. Sanking getting caught out now from the stun, coming from Morphling. Massive arena coming out, catching the Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger might not be able to get this BKB off. Sorry, he did. BKB just unfortunately ran out. King mid, the Tusk now getting gone on by the Morphling. Morphling still having cheese, and Tusk also will go down. Buyback is available on the Sanking. He does have Epi.
Did you know what happened with the relocate? So Jace relocated Gambino out, right? But then Gambino Power Strike at the same time. So he got relocated back to base, but then the Power Strike animation, the ability was still in motion, so he Power Strike back into where the relocate
I was wondering how he ended up back there, to be honest with you. Sanking deciding not to buy back here to try and defend this. Not sure if he can really do much.
I mean, now that B's gonna put down the double tombstone with remedies, it's gonna be already. I think it's GG.
It looks like it, right? It does look like Soup does have buyback though, as well. Are they gonna try? Because I mean they haven't called GG yet, so he's the plan here. Mars jumping in though, getting a Mars arena onto the Weaver. Weaver just getting completely blown down though. Sanking does buy back. He does commit the epicenter, jumps in with the blink dagger. Mars getting really low right now. 4 buybacks coming out from the side of PunX. It looks like they're saying they want to fight this. Remedy jumping in. He still has the cheese, but he has committed his BKB. Right now he has actually he's got Swarm on him. He
double power
morphs
strike,
into he morphs into the Sanking, trying to get this power strike. The Sanking getting really low right now. He's trying his best. He does end up taking down the Rubik right now. Everybody's getting really low, and the creeps will end the Ancient. But a really last ditch effort though coming out from PunX.